Okay, and welcome back for round 2. So, I'm going to be on the draw again, because apparently I won my die roll. Oh, this hand looks terrible. Okay. Definitely got a mulligan. This is much better. I would not like to mulligan again. So here we can draw green and white and blue. Those are all the good colours. Does our opponent have a 1-drop? No, good. Do I care about what happens? Probably not. I'll just play this. Get it into play. I was considering keeping it back and just casting it for 3 mana on turn 3 if I draw another land, but I can't really think of a reason to do that. It's not like I need to ramp into 5-drops or anything. Yeah, the only reason to do that is actually for domain, so I have 3 different basic land types on turn 3, hopefully. But I still haven't drawn my 3rd land, so no regrets. This card is strangely annoying right now. Didn't think it would be, but actually my opponent having this is just like... What do I do against this? It just makes all their creatures bigger. Ooh. Weird. Because it's not a good card, that's for sure. But I don't have a way to kill a 5/5 on turn 3 yet. All I have is stuff like Face Fetters. And I'm certainly not going to terminate a Virgian Hydrobon. Let's hope I can deal with slightly larger creatures. Also, there's a beautiful thing where it's going to trigger every time I play a creature. So my opponent's just going to have to deal with that. Which is nice. Alright, got all my colours except for the most important one, green. Both my equipment and my only creature are green. We'll see how that goes. Remove auto yields if my opponent's taking a bit of time on my end step. What have they got? Wow. I am infinitely fine with that. So they paid 3 mana and sacrificed a land to return 2 artifacts to my hand, which I can play again in the same turn. It's fine by me. Well, that's slightly annoying. That's a 2/2 flyer. I guess I can Face Fetters that. Means I don't draw the card. Alright, so here... What can I do? I can play Signet... Border Post? No. I can play Obelisk, Border Post, Playland. Play Border Post. Playland. Obelisk. Border Post. So it's play... How do I get the full mana? So I play Border Post first. Return the land to my hand, play it untapped. Play Obelisk. Nope, that doesn't work. Oh, how do I do this? There's this weird thing where I can generate 6 mana if I play all of these, but I don't think there's an order I can play them in that works properly. Because I need to play this to play the land again. Need to play this. Yeah, it doesn't work. That's really annoying. So I'm just definitely going to play the Obelisk because that's the most important one. And then pay 1, play the Border Post, return the Mountain to my hand, I suppose. Yeah, that's awkward. I wanted to get it all down in the same turn. But it's fine, my opponent only has 3 cards in hand and I'm nowhere close to dying. Here's what I love about this format, you can just play pure value spells all day long. And then eventually just overtake your opponent by the amount of value you've generated. If they want to play stuff like Virgian Hydrobon and Rushing River, it's fine by me. Imagine how good this card would be in Theros. And then observe how not good it is here. Ooh, that's annoying. I have 5 mana. Kind of just want to kill this. So I can play Signet. Yeah. Then just thinking. I think I'll just pass a turn at the moment and wait for them to use Simic Guildmage, because I can respond with Drag Down. The alternative is I could play Razorfin Hunter and just terminate this, but I don't really want them to have that extra power sitting around. Yeah, that's annoying. I thought they might do that as well. They saw through my trick. Which means I can drag down the Hydropon, meaning the Surveilling Sprite stays at 2/2. Not sure I care that much. I think I might just kill the Guildmage anyway. Yeah, that seems fine. This prevents 3 damage as well, but it gets that annoying ability off the table. Simic Guildmage makes Face Fetters pretty bad. Makes Vigian Hydropon very good. And Face Fetters is just gonna go on that Surveilling Sprite and gain back all my life. And if my opponent doesn't get 2 more creatures down, then I can kill Vigian Hydropon with the Razorfin Hunter, which is pretty cool as well. Yeah, I wish I could find more to say about what's happening with the board state at the moment, but my opponent's really not doing a lot. Oblivion Ring's pretty good against Surveilling Sprite. Maybe I'll just do that. Seems reasonable. Start with Razorfin Hunter, because that's the thing I really want to do. See if my opponent wants to graft onto it, because that would be lovely. Oh. Then play Oblivion Ring on Surveilling Sprite. Perfect. Doesn't die, they don't get a card. If they really want to find a way to return that to play, that's fine by me. I've still got Face Feather sitting here. And Beam Off Sledge. There's a lot of good enchantments and artifacts sitting around. I love playing like main deck artifact destruction like this. Just wondering if this is good in my deck though, because I don't make a lot of creatures. So maybe I shouldn't be playing it. But 2/4 is probably fine. We'll see. Okay. That's a card. Yep. So, this has Summoning Sickness. Cool, if I get another blue or white creature, I can start doing that. Let's try to kill that. Ooh, it worked. It's pretty cool. I thought they'd definitely respond by removing a counter offer to draw some cards. But they didn't. Okay. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I'll just play Nullmage Shepherd now. And stop on my turn. Stopping my own end step is just an attempt to get them to F6. so I can terminate that thing. Let's see. Because all I want is for them to have 6. Damn it, they didn't have 6. So I guess I get to draw a card. Magic Online is a weird format. Sometimes you just try and trick opponents into misusing computers, which isn't exactly what Magic should be. Never mind, I didn't need to trick my opponent. They just misused their card. Okay. So for those who aren't aware, like, you can spend 1 mana to just remove 2+1 counters from this and draw a card. On its own, it can just draw you 2 cards. With Fijian Hydropon, you can draw a lot of cards. This can prevent damage or make things unblockable. The opponent's deck seems like an okay bad deck, but I was just talking to my friend before who's also playing the same format, and he's playing a sort of Bant Birds deck. And his arguments for playing the deck he was playing just... like, I could understand them, but when we actually looked at the cards he was playing, it's more powerful just to play another color. Just play all 5 colors, because it doesn't hurt your mana base much. Your mana base is already bad, you don't have a lot of fixing, and all the cards cost horrible amounts of mana. If you just play all of the colors, you're not that worse off. You're actually just fine. Let's kill this. Razorfin Hunter is an absurd card. Why didn't I equip Behemoth Sledge? No. I'm sure I don't have a reason. I can just equip this and hit in for 4 damage. I'm kind of getting lax. That's not a good thing to do. Like, even if you're far ahead in the game, even if you feel like you're winning, you should always pay attention to ways that you can lose the game, because they always exist. Like, I'm just giving my opponent time to get back into it, which isn't a good idea. You absolutely have to conserve your energy and not think about everything all the time, but you do also have to try to win. And winning involves not losing. I'm not going to do Deadshot Minotaur at the moment. It's pretty attractive to do so and just kill their creature. But I can kill their creature anyway. And at the moment, just equipping this and getting in is a really powerful thing to do. Like, there's not much they can do, just about a 4/6 trample lifelink. And then next turn I can easily Deadshot Minotaur anyway. Yeah, these cards are fine. Gaius Skyfolk is fine. Jesse and Balmgiver is fine. But none of them are really that broken or interactive. Like, I don't care about a 2D flyer. I don't care about something that prevents damage. I'd be much more scared if my opponent had their own Razorfin Hunters and Deadshot Minotaurs and Sky Hussars. Okay, I'm not sure what's going on over there. I think my opponent's kind of mentally given up a bit. They seem to be missing a lot of, like, openings to use their abilities. I'm just going to cast pre-combat Thunderscape Battle Mage. Because if they do have some kind of combat trick, I don't want to walk into it. And if they have something else, well, they're going to get me with it either way. If there's a counterspell going on there, might as well counter a Thunderscape Battle Mage, right? Because if I can just get the 2 cards out of their hand, then I know exactly what's going on. Yeah, that's fine. They can make their thing huge, I just won't attack this turn. That's exactly the reason I did it. So, all good. Don't think I want to do anything else. I'll just pass the turn. Explosive Growth is a pretty nice card. What I love about Invasion Block, it's got all these flexible, intensive cards. It's not quite Odyssey Block. Odyssey Block is something else, and I cannot wait for that to be on Magic Online. I'm pretty sure I'll just take the week off work, claim some personal days, get some holidays, and just play Odyssey Block online the entire time. I do realise I just neglected to use Razorfin Hunter there. That's entirely my fault. What are you going to do? Except point it out and try not to do it again. It's how you improve as a player. You notice your mistakes, and you move along. Okay, so now I can kill their 2/2, and I should be able to start getting in for damage every turn. I also have 4 creatures, which means Nullmage Shepherd is active. Not hugely relevant at the moment, but if my opponent has some kind of nutty, overpowered spell. They could have, I was about to say they could have Clarion Ultimatum, then I remembered Clarion Ultimatum is a horrible card. For those who don't know what that card does, you pick any number of permanents you control, then you can search your library for any number of cards with the same name, and I think put them into play or cast them. Either way, it's just not a good card. It's very bad and limited. It's not really good anywhere else either. I could bring in Sankrite Backlash in this matchup. My opponent had a fair few like small-sized creatures. Problem is, I'm not sure if there's anything in my deck that's actually worse than Sankrite Backlash in this matchup anyway. Maybe Nullmage Shepherd? Maybe? Even then I'm not sure. Cavern Harpy's not too bad. Arctic Mofo lets me reset some of my Enter the Battlefield effects. Maybe I could go for that kind of value here. I don't know. My opponent's really not putting a lot of pressure on me. It's kind of a bit of a dorky combo. I definitely feel like I don't need Nullmage Shepherd. I want Sankrite Backlash or Cavern Harpy. We have 2 Battle Mages, Civic Wayfinder. I think I just want Sankrite Backlash. That combo is not good enough to justify itself. Like, Flickering Deadshot Minotaur and Grixis Slave Driver isn't even good. I'm just gonna pause this one. Okay, this hand looks perfectly fine. I would not like to mulligan. I currently can't cast anything in it, but it still looks like a good hand to me. That helps, I think. I'm not sure. In this case, I don't think I'll do the Vanefire Border Post thing, because Daragaz's Caldera is already going to put me back a land drop, so the turn I play this, I can just put Vanefire Border Post into play, and we'll see what I draw next turn anyway, but I have a turn before I have a Behemoth Sledge available anyway, so we can see. Civic Wayfinder. Yeah, that changes my opinion. Just gonna play this tapped. Then play Mountain. With Civic Wayfinder, I will have to discard a card. That's annoying. Maybe I will cast Behemoth Sledge first. Depends how valuable I think my basic lands are. Deadshot Minotaur. Ooh, that was bad. I should have played Plains last turn, because I wanted to cast Behemoth Sledge this turn. I guess I have to play Civic Wayfinder now. Yeah, that's awkward. That's pretty awkward. Whatever. Oh. Oh, that was terrible play on my part. Apologies to everybody watching. That was bad. I was meant to tap Mountain first. I don't know what I'm thinking. Yeah, so first I should have played Plains, so I could have played BML Sage, so I didn't have to discard anything. Then I should have tapped Mountain, so I could play Civic Wayfinder when I played Daragaz's Caldera. Now I have to discard the Mountain. It's awkward. It's okay, next turn I'll play my Plains and Civic Wayfinder and get the island. It's embarrassing. Yeah, Silana Starfletcher's fine. I don't even know what was going through my head just before. I'm very lucky my opponent's not putting like any pressure upon me. Otherwise I'd really be suffering for my misplays. I already am, but I'd be suffering more. Okay. Let's get an island. And then we'll have all our colours of mana available to us. Start casting Razorfin Hunter and Deadshot Minotaur and Magma Burst and BML Sledge. Just get all that value going. Should really have some nicer lands in this actually. We've got Invasion, Ravnica, and Alara block. We just have these horrible M14 lands. Core set lands are very rarely attractive. And for special edition events, you can have special lands. Have some unglued lands. Those things are amazing. Are they gonna kill my Vanefire border post? That's fine by me. Attacking in for 2? Also fine by me. So next turn I don't want to cast BML Sledge now, because they have the Pride Mage. 4 mana. I might just cast Razorfin Hunter, as unimpressive as that sounds. My opponent's already on 6 mana, and I've just reached 4. It's pretty sad. I have no one to blame but myself. Yeah, Razorfin Hunter seems good. I could do Magma Burst, but I really don't want to be back at 3 mana next turn. I'm sure my opponent will have other good targets for Magma. What? Spell Snare? I didn't even care that much. I'm just surprised that my opponent is playing a Spell Snare. That's not a good limited card. Like, 2-drops exist, but they're not what you want to be playing counterspells for. Getting that 1 mana advantage isn't good. Spell Snare is like okay-ish in Modern. And even there, not very. In a format like this, it's just like, why are you bothering? Also, why aren't you attacking with your 3/3? That's also confusing. It's okay. I mean, I've definitely got a strong chance to win still. Just have to see what my opponent's got up there. They could have the Novagen Sages again. Wouldn't be surprised. Skull Mulcher. Okay. Floating 1 mana for some reason. Don't know why. We might find out. I imagine they sacrifice both their creatures. That's kind of the point of Skull Mulcher. Nope. Just 1. Okay. I mean, a 4/4 is annoying, but all they did was sacrifice 1 of their creatures. It's not too intimidating. I think I'll just play a mountain. I think I will attack with Civic Wayfinder here. Because if they do block with Skull Mulcher, then I can Magma Burst both of their creatures. No block. That's alright, now I can play Tower Gargoyle. Unfortunately. Yeah. They can Kasali Pride Mage it. The next turn I can even play Grixis Slave Driver or Behemoth Sledge. Both of which are pretty good. Oh yeah, that's a 5/5. Not so easy to block after all. Well, we'll still see. I'm pretty happy just to play Slave Driver anyway. Let's see what my opponent does. Could certainly lose this, but being able to unearth this guy, get another 2/2 zombie. Got blockers for 3 turns there. I've got a Behemoth Sledge, I've got a Magma Burst. I can just kill my opponent here. They're not on much life. What I love about Tower Gargoyle is it's a 4/4 flyer for 4 mana. It's an absurd card. It's not easy to cast, but in a format like this where it's all about horribly uncastable cards and multicolored decks, I will block. Then I can unearth this, have a 4/4, I can attack for 12. So they'll probably block something, kill Tower Gargoyle. That's weird artwork. That does not look anything like a zombie. It looks like an H.R. Geiger nightmare. I mean, it's pretty cool, but it's pretty creepy. That's kind of annoying. I do have green mana. Let's go. Obelisk of Naya. Then Face Fetters there. I think so. Yeah. I just want to get that Pride Mage off the table so I can cast my Behemoth Sledge. Behemoth Sledge is a hard card to beat. And then I can still draw my Battle Mage that kills enchantments and get rid of the Stasis Cell. Also, Null Mage Shepherd does it too. My opponent is on 12 life. I would not be surprised if there was a block and a Destroy Face Fetters here. Yep. They go to 10. I have almost lethal here actually. If they don't leave back a blocker and I draw a land, then I have lethal. I don't think I have any way in my deck to untap creatures, unfortunately. That's not going to work with Tower Gargoyle. But unearthing the Slave Driver and playing Magma Burst is pretty powerful. Okay, take 4 more. And let's hope they don't have another creature. Not sure I'd consider this a creature exactly. Although there was a weird archetype in original Ravnica block where you could just draft all the cheap green creatures. You'd play stuff like this and play Solana Ledgewalker and turn it into like a 6/6 on turn 3. Just smash your opponent over the face with a hexproof unblockable creature. 1, 2. That's a 2/2. It's fine. 3/3. Also fine. Doesn't faze me. So they can regenerate it by removing a counter. I think I would just start on the Behemoth Sage plan. Maybe could do Slave Driver. I think just getting value out of my Behemoth Sage at the moment is pretty powerful. The thing is, Slave Driver and Magma Burst both gain value the longer the game goes, and the more creatures I trade off, and the lower my opponent's life total is. Because as soon as we're at parity and my opponent's almost dead, I can just rush both of those out and kill my opponent. Whereas Behemoth Sledge is much better the earlier you play it. Even though this turn, Behemoth Sledge is about equivalent to either of these spells, it will pick up a lot of value. And it keeps me from dying, which is not irrelevant at all. Are they going to let it die in Dredge? Or will they regenerate? I could understand arguments for both here. Dredging does not leave you with much in your library, but it can give them the capability of getting like a 6/6, 7/7 creature going. In the dark, I'd probably let it die and then dredge and cast it again. But they might have a good card in hand, or they might be trying to draw something particular to get them back in the game. And in that case, dredging is a bad idea. I'll give them some time to decide. Okay, our opponent's back. Okay, sorry about that there. So my opponent was gone for a few minutes. It won't let me proceed, is what they said. Not sure what exactly they mean by that. They're giving their thing +2/+2. Which, yeah, that's okay. They can kill my zombie. It's a little bit annoying, but I'm just going to keep using Behemoth Sledge. And that's a very hard card to race. Yeah, so imagine they probably had some kind of problem with Kicker and Regenerate and something, I don't know. But everything seems okay now. So they're keeping back the 4/4? Okay. I think I would have kept it back the other way around. They might have their reasons. Yep. Oblivion Ring Skull Mulcher seems okay. Seems better than Oblivion Ring Golgari Grave Troll, because that means the graveyard can get big and then they can have huge thing. At least Skull Mulcher requires them to have creatures on the field before it can get big. Yeah, I feel pretty comfortable now in my position. Behemoth Sledge is just an absurd card. If you have this in your pool in Fool's Gold, Pot of Gold, that's the name of the format. If you have this in your pool and you don't play it, you need to have a very good reason for not doing so. Because it's just absurd. It's probably better than Loxodon Warhammer in a lot of cases. And Loxodon Warhammer is an absurd card as well. Difference being Loxodon Warhammer costs colorless mana, which is a huge bonus. Card is still absurd though. Looks like my opponent's thinking again. So I will pause again. Tranquil Path. I'm okay with that. And it's not a bad card, just... I'm not sure if I'm pretty sure I'd just rather play a Naturalize over this in most formats. So they kill Oblivion Ring, but they also kill Stasis Cell. They get back Skull Mulcher. So I probably would have attacked with Golgari Grave Troll first and then just sacrificed it to the Skull Mulcher. It means they get to draw an extra card. Instead they just have 2 3/3s, which is fine by me. I can just kill them actually. Yeah, okay, so they conceded. I'm not sure if they were a newer player or if they just weren't paying much attention. It seemed like they were a little bit out of it. But there's lots of reasons for that. You can't judge too much of Magic Online, because you have no idea. You can't know what's going on in your opponent's life. Anyway, let's end of round 2.